Doxa si, Christe o Theos, doxa si, glory to you, Christ our God, glory to you. This episode is going to be not about the Philokalia or the scriptures and stuff. It's just me talking about a topic that I asked for, and somebody, a good friend, suggested. So, let's do it. Let's talk about creativity. So, creativity is creating something, using skills and a gift to form something, whether it be unique or out of the ordinary. And we can use creativity in many ways. People think of arts and crafts with regards to creativity, usually. And one way we can apply creativity is in problem solving. We can use our skills that we've procured over our lives and use our heads to overcome a problem within our community. So thinking outside the box, simply put, and that's basically creativity. You can use it for, like I said, arts and crafts or problem solving. So how this applies to the monastic urbanite life is thinking of ways to overcome problems. Like I said, thinking of creative ways to apply prayer and the rule of living, prayer, fasting, scripture reading, to other areas of your life outside the monastery, which would be, really it would be our homes and schools and places we go, so it would be everyday life out there. So applying prayer to life is important. And why I apply creativity to that is, simply put, we still have to think outside the box. A lot of times people get bogged down in problems in politics, and like I have. Lord have mercy. I mean, really, lately. And the creative way, being a creative monk, would be to pray about it. That doesn't sound really creative, but bear with me. Instead of thinking about the problem itself and festering in it without a way out, we could use prayer and pray about it. So that is what creativity could be applied to. Praying creatively, and thinking outside the box. So I would call that creativity, thinking outside the box. Not enough people are doing it lately, it would seem. Not to make a judgment call on everybody, but I think that's a big issue today, is besides spiritual apathy, and besides moral relativity, a big issue could be thinking, thinking through problems instead of blaming. We seem to, as a society, point the finger a lot more than we really take responsibility and try to work through problems. And I think creativity would help that immensely. Politicians, and I don't want to get too much into this, but politicians, I think, point the finger and blame too much. You'll see candidates say it's been this party's problem. They started all our problems, and now I have to fix it. It was their fault, and there's nothing. Our party's not to blame, although their party was engaged in the issues. It wasn't just one party, because we don't live in a one-party state like China. So, stuff like that. Pointing the finger instead of using creativity to think of a way through the problem. So, prayer. If you're having trouble with your spiritual journey, maybe you've stagnated, like I have many times. For me, the simple thing is to get back into Scripture. And for me, specifically, I have many Orthodox books to read. The Paraclesis of the Most Holy Theotokos. It's a service book, but it's like a hymnal, sort of. There's chants and prayers and psalms in it. So I read that from time to time. It's also in Greek as well. So that stimulates the spiritualness. The Philokalia, obviously. And scriptures themselves. The Bible's over there. I have many Bibles around here, but, stuff like that for spiritual things. If you're a Christian, I assume you are. And if not, I assume you're not anything. But always come back to prayer. It doesn't sound very creative, all that reading and praying, but if you're, the point is, creativity really is solving problems. That's what it comes down to. Whether it's, okay, our issue is we want to build the tallest Jenga tower. Okay, what do we have to do? Maybe it's a specific goal to build to, like 10 feet. Well, we have to get a number of blocks, and sometimes you have issues that you have to overcome, and so you have to be creative to solve the problem at hand. So, in short, that's creativity. The topic was suggested by Chance Housley, who is a great friend of mine, and I would appreciate more topics. Sometimes I think, they don't care about religion, so what should I talk about? Politics? No. I already said I'm apolitical. I read political stuff sometimes, though, because I just don't know. But I don't know why I go near it, to be honest. So, creativity. Thank you for watching. Peace be with you all. And, I don't always say it, but, Christos Anesti, Christ is risen. It's not Easter, but it's always true.